Everybody, it's 3:34 p.m. It is Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. Please call the roll.
Chairperson Mike Seville.
Present.
Vice Chair Bill Donnell.
Here.
Alderwoman Wani Garza.
Here.
Alderman John Lash.
Present.
Alderman Ted Masiacos.
Present.
5 present.
Okay, first item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes, 25-0.
So moved.
356, approval of the minutes from the PHS&T held on April 22nd, 2025. Moved by Alderman Masiacos, second by Alderwoman Wani Garza. Any corrections, additions, or deletions? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye opposed, motion carried, 5-0. Any members of the public wishing to give public comment?
No one has signed up.
Okay, we'll go to the agenda then. The first item is 25-0327. Resolution maintain the maximum number of Class D downtown core on-site consumption liquor licenses unofficially related to the application from French 75 Gallery and Lounge, Inc. in Ward 2. Jennifer, welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Jennifer Stallings, City Clerk. I have Braden Smith here with me from French 75 Gallery and Lounge. He's actually probably sitting behind me in the gallery. He is purchasing 100% ownership of the existing French 75 just down Water Street Mall from us. His mother is the current owner, and Braden has been managing the business, I believe, since they opened. And he's been doing a great job. I don't know what I can actually tell you that you probably don't already know about French 75, so if there are any questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. If you'd like Braden to step up and answer any specific questions, he's here for your questions.
Any questions of Jennifer, committee? Does Brandon want to come up and introduce himself?
He was here up on the 5th floor with his mom when they first opened and presented, and I think it was, was it during COVID?
September 2021, so.
Yeah,
Coming out of it. Yeah, I would just like to say nothing about the business is changing. It's the same concept, same thing that we've been doing for the last several years since we opened. We're just making a legal transfer of the business, and the way that we had to do that essentially create a brand new business from scratch, so hence new liquor license, new official health department related things. So we have to start the business from scratch, but in terms of the actual location and what we offer, it's staying the same. We just aim to kind of continue providing the service that we have. And if there's any questions for me, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions? of
Same
Brandon?
menu and the cocktails?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we still update it 4 times a year, but yes.
Okay.
Same cocktail menu, charcuterie, lounge, artwork, same thing.
Great.
Great. Well, we wish you well.
So moved.
Second?
And moved by Alderman Lash, second by Alderwoman Garza. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried, 5-0. Good luck, Brandon.
Thank you.
Second item is 25-0369, a resolution authorizing the Director of Purchasing to enter into a purchase agreement with Axon Enterprises, Inc. for the procurement of squad car cameras and related equipment for the Aurora Police Department for a total amount not to exceed $99,604.08.
Good afternoon, Chairman
Welcome,
and committee. Lieutenant Bill Riley, I'm the Administrative Services Lieutenant for the Aurora Police Department. You have before you a request to allow the Director of Purchasing to enter into a purchasing agreement with Axon. This is for additional Fleet 3 cameras for our squad cars. If you recall, and if you take a look at your memo and your associated documents, we entered into an agreement with Axon several years back to provide both our squad car cameras, or our Fleet 3 cameras, and also our body-worn cameras and tasers and our My90 platform into one singular contract. In that contract, we also have authorization to purchase additional equipment as needed for the department. And a budget request that we made last year as part of a decision package, City Council granted us permission to purchase additional police cars for our fleet. Part of that request also allowed us to request and receive additional monies to outfit those cars as needed. When we take a squad car out of service, for example, and move the equipment from that squad car into a replacement car, all of that equipment just transfers over, including the the squad cameras and everything that would stay with the car. In the case of purchasing new vehicles, we have to purchase new equipment to outfit those squad cars. So in this case, we're required to purchase some new cameras, as you see before you in the invoice. And then there are associated mechanics that go with that, cradle points and cabling, and there's also additional licensing that needs to be purchased as part of the package. The money for this was budgeted and approved in last year's decision package for 2025. We do have funds currently in our budget to support this, so I'm willing to take any questions if the committee has any.
Any questions, the Lieutenant? Alderman Lesh? Alderman Donnell?
So how many new cameras will you be purchasing?
You know, so it's a bit of a convoluted answer. We had some that we were sort of overstocked. So what you see on the invoice in front of you, that would bring us up to enough cameras to get us to a place where we can replace cameras equal to the number of squad cars that we anticipate replacing for 2025. And I think you'll see if you dig down in that invoice. I think it's, I don't have the paperwork sitting in front of me. My apologies. But should be the top line on that invoice that itemizes. You'll see the word Fleet 3 on there. And all the other stuff that comes in the following pages is all the associated equipment. And we also had enough cameras in our supply to build out 6 more squad cars. At least we had most of the parts. Some of these parts are going to come into this order as well. So in total, we can build out enough, we call them camera kits, enough to take care of all the new squad cars that we're adding to the fleet in 25.
So I'm looking at the yellow invoice,
Yes.
and it says quantity 9,020, 673 at $1 a piece.
It's it's sold as a package, so I think it's a quantity of one for that kit or for that item. They have a strange way of invoicing. Their invoice system is a bit peculiar, I would agree. The way it reads, it doesn't read naturally.
Right.
I would agree with that. But we went line by line with Axon and assured that what we're asking for is what we're getting, and what we're paying for is what we should be paying.
Would it be possible maybe between now and COW to kind of insert a number into that so we have a better idea of
Absolutely.
exactly
of
how
course.
many cameras we're buying?
Absolutely, of course.
Thanks.
Okay.
Alderman Lesh?
Thank you, Chairman. Like Alderman Donnell, I had a little trouble following the number of, it sounded like you said we had 6 on hand already. Are these backups for future vehicles that may be purchased?
We had essentially enough to build out 6, so if I can take a moment to explain, to outfit a squad car with a camera, it includes the camera, what's called a cradle point, another communication device that allows the camera to communicate with via cellular information. So it's a system. It's not just the camera that sits up on the windshield, but it's all the ancillary equipment that goes along with it. So we refer to that just loosely as a camera kit. And we had enough miscellaneous pieces and parts that we had over purchased in the past in anticipation of building our fleet out, or if a squad car was crashed in a way that those cameras were damaged beyond repair. So we sort of bought ahead in our last cycle, and so from those we were able to essentially piece together more or less enough to make 6 more cameras, but we still needed more equipment, and that's what this purchases will get us whole, so that we can outfit all of the squad cars that we have on hand now that we plan to have out onto the street by the end of the year.
How many don't have cameras in them?
Every marked police car that we have has a camera. The only squads that don't have cameras would be the undercover cars, for example, the command staff cars, administrative cars, non-patrol related vehicles. So all of our community policing, all of our marked patrol units have cameras, and of course every police officer in those relative positions also wear body cameras.
So I guess I still don't understand if these are extras or they're slated to go into a vehicle.
What they are extras that we just had as a surplus inventory, and our plan is to use those to go into vehicles that are now being built by the city garage. But we still need more to get us to a whole. For instance, we need enough to make 10 cars, but we only have enough to make 6 cars. So we need to buy additional to get us up to that final total that we need in total for the year.
Okay, and if we buy this stuff and keep it on the shelf, so to speak, what's the shelf life? Because technology
Sure.
expires.
So the only way that, in this case, the only way that would expire is if Axon came out with an enhanced product, let's call it Fleet 4 or whatever the next iteration of those cameras are. If they came out with that product and we elected to go with that new product, and if that product was not backwards compatible, for instance, with our current system, some of our current systems.
It probably won't be.
There's a chance, but in fact, when we increased to get just off the fleet cameras for just a moment, when we upgraded from our last iteration of body-worn cameras to our newest iteration, a lot of the underlying systems, the charging stations and a lot of the infrastructure, that was backwards compatible. So it was just the actual camera unit itself that was upgraded. So we didn't have to make that big giant purchase our initial purchase. So some of those things are backwards compatible. I could expect that the next iteration of fleet cameras could be as simple as taking the old camera off and putting the new camera on, and everything else stays the same. But having no technical wizardry in my catalog, I couldn't stand before you and truthfully say that. What I mean to say is when we had these extras, we purchased extras in anticipation of having these extra squad cars or the need to build out. So between the stuff we have on hand that's extra and the stuff we're looking to purchase, that stuff we anticipate will be in a squad car on the street by the end of 2025. The cars have been ordered, and most of them are here, if not all of them are here. The garage is actively building them. We want to get this equipment so that they don't have to stop building out new cars and have to sort of sit them in a shelf and wait for us to get the cameras. Because we won't put them on the street.
Yeah, so maybe in addition to what Alderman Donnell is asking for, how many extra kits we're going to have at the end of this purchase,
Okay.
and how many cars we're going to be building out that we have or are getting by 2025.
I can tell you now, as I stand here, we won't have extra kits at the end of this build-out.
Okay.
These kits will get us where we're flush. So if we were to buy more squad cars, say in 25, 20, or 26, 27, 28, we would also request additional equipment funds to buy more cameras as we move forward. That's only for new squads that are being added to our fleet, not for replacements. Replacements, we just take it out of the old car, put it into the new. There's no need to buy new equipment for those. So I can tell you here that at the end of this year, we'll have all of our cars built out and on the street, and all of the cameras that we're purchasing now and the stuff we have in overstock will all be accounted for and used. But I can certainly get the total numbers of how many cars we're going to have out by the end of the year. I can email that to the automatic aid and get that stuff out.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Motion approved.
Second.
Been motioned by Alderwoman Garza, second by Alderman Lesh. Any questions or discussion from the committee at this point? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried, 5-0. Thank you, Lieutenant. Next item, 25-0389, a resolution establishing the maximum number of Class B on-site consumption liquor licenses unofficially related to the application from GJM Pizza LLC DBA Ach and Lewis Pizza Pub Inc. at 5992 North Farnsworth, Ward 1. Jennifer, welcome.
Thank you. Jennifer Stallings, City Clerk. I'm here with Gary Mills and John Modef. Did I say that right?
Oh, yes, Gary Miller.
What did I say? Oh, Miller. I can't even, sorry. Gary Miller and John Modef.
Correct.
Thank you. They are purchasing Ach and Lewis, many of our favorite pizza place. They have I will let them explain their link to Ach and Lewis. They're purchasing 100% of Ach and Lewis. So we are here asking for consideration for the addition of another liquor license for them. Ach and Lewis does have a liquor license already. We don't have problems with Ach and Lewis with their liquor license, with the way they operate. I don't recall a single police call that has been reported to me from Ach and Lewis since I have been the city clerk. I do know that Gary and John have reported to me that they are going to change it up, but retro it a little bit maybe in there.
Some serious need of TLC.
Little TLC, they said, inside. So I will let them explain their connection to the owners, the original owners, And then if you have any questions for them or myself, please feel free. Have at it, guys.
How you guys doing? Thank you. My dad was Och, and so I grew up in that pizza place. I have a lot of memories of being there. I'm excited to get back in there, and basically we're gonna do the same thing and just make it look brighter, cleaner, and I'd really, really like to eventually have it kind of look the way it used to, a little bit more wooded, like a pub, like a real pub is, and of course just redo the whole party room in the back, but pretty much keep things the way it is. It's always been a place for Little League, show up afterwards, after church, you know, rehearsal dinners, all kinds of stuff. Come during the week, weekends, whatever, but we're really not gonna change much as far as the pizza place goes, just how it kind of looks, bringing it a little bit more up to date and cleaner. That's about it. But I'm excited to get in there and get back into making pizza. It was fun, so. That's about it. Miss my buddy.
Yeah, I've actually owned and ran CFS of Aurora, was a finance company, which I dissolved with my partnership. It's still there in the same strip mall as Och and Lou's. So we decided together, we've been friends, best men's in our wedding. So to try to bring, you know, Och and Lou's back, I'd say to its glory, because it's just a little dated now and worn out. And between, you know, some of the, just for example, seat pads, you know, duct tape on seat pads. It's just not something we want to, you know, try to make that look a lot nicer. And just trying to, like Gary said, is, you know, we went in there as kids. It was always a place to go for Little League, football, all that stuff. You go in there and have pizza and hang out with your family and be able to kind of run around as a, as a kid and stuff. So that's about what we got.
Any questions of the committee?
Same hours, same
Pretty much.
everything? That's good. Nice.
Might stay open from 2 to 4. It's closed now from 2 to 4. But just, it seems like sometimes they get phone calls that want pizza at 2 o'clock, or a lot of city employees sometimes pop in and. oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, just maybe be open from 2 to 4 instead of closing down that short time, because seems like there might be a demand. We'll have to see once we get in there. That'd be the only thing, not staying open late at night, just 9 o'clock during the week, 10 o'clock.
Yes, all right, great.
Alderman Lesh, you had something you want to say?
Motion to
Oh,
approve?
I'm old enough to know where Och got his name
Oh, nice.
and how he got his name.
Yeah.
As in Achu.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, you guys may remember my brother Dale Seville.
Oh, yeah, sure. You worked with Luigi's forever.
Yeah, Luigi's and Och and Lou's and Garrio's and
Yeah, yeah.
Pizza Hut, and
Oh, yeah.
he kind of ran the gamut. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but he's good friends with your dad and
Yeah.
and his partner. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I wish you guys well. It's a great place. Great
Yeah.
long-term establishment since the 1970s in Aurora. So,
Yes.
we wish you all the best. So, keep up the good work. We appreciate you,
Mr. Chair,
Alderman.
I have one more
Siakos.
serious question for someone who's going to have kids who's starting to drive real soon. You're going to have carry out?
Yeah.
And all right.
You mean delivery or?
No.
Delivery.
Yeah,
I should say delivery, yeah, thank you.
delivery.
Well, during the week, if it's slow, yeah.
That too.
When I was there before, you said not have to do deliveries. We don't have the kitchen capacity for it.
Hmm.
But during the week, you can turn Grubhub on and off. So, you know, we'll
Okay.
probably be doing that and just kind of feel it out. If it's not busy enough inside the restaurant and we need to deliver on the weekends, we will. But I'm not going to hire delivery guys, and he's not. So it'll be Grubhub during the week if we can. But your kids, they'll love to get in the car and drive. I know my kid just got his license. He's errand happy for now.
Yeah, all right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good luck.
Okay. Any other questions? Is there a motion?
Motion approved?
Second.
Been moved by Alderwoman Garza, second by Alderman Masiacos. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried, 5-0. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. The last item, 25-0390, resolution establishing the maximum number of Class D Fox Valley Entertainment District licenses with self-service strolling and package sales endorsements unofficially related to the application from Fox Taps LLC, DBA Tapville Drink While You Shop, Fox Valley Mall, 195 Fox Valley Center Drive, 14 East Aurora, Illinois, 60504, Ward 10. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. Good afternoon, Council. My name is Socorro Flores. I'm with the City Clerk's Office. I'm the Deputy City Clerk. And today we have Jennifer Nichols. So Tapville is a franchise. Currently, this particular location at the Fox Valley Mall is owned by 100% by the franchisee. So what this is basically doing is we're going to be transferring it 100% over to Jennifer. So she will be just taking 100% over the ownership, and we're asking for the same license type that it currently has. So it's going to be the Class D on-site consumption with the 3 endorsements, which would be the package sales, strolling, and then the self-service. So if you have any questions, I know you guys got the application, but we do have Jennifer here so she can introduce herself, and if you guys have any questions for either of us.
Okay, thanks, Socorro. Jennifer, if you want to introduce yourself, please.
Hi, thank you for having me. Jennifer Nichols. I'm the new franchise owner here at the Fox Valley Mall Tapville location. I've been managing for a couple of months now, and I love it. The atmosphere is great. I love working side by side with the mall, doing events and coordinating through that. So any questions you have, feel free.
Any questions of Jennifer? Wish you well.
Excellent service.
So moved.
there.
Been moved by Alderman Last. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Donnell. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried, 5-0.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer. Good luck, Socorro. Thank you. Any
Motion
other
to adjourn.
items come before the committee? If not, a motion for adjournment is in order.
So moved.
Motion to adjourn.
Been moved by Alderman Masiacos, second by Alderman Garza. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye, opposed, motion carried, 5-0. We are adjourned at 3:56 p.m.